into the final minute of stoppage time before the celebrations can kick off once more. It was ambitious.
Well, finishes the game with another shot. He's not had his shooting boots on tonight. He's managed to get his name on the score sheet.
There it is, full time. Dundee United round off a triumphant campaign with another emphatic victory coming from behind to really stamp their authority all over the game with 4 goals, level at the interval, but 3 further goals in the second half, showing just why they are champions of the championship. Craig Sybil, the man of the match performance for Jim Goodwin's side. And although they have known for a couple of weeks that they will be back in the top flight, they have now put the seal on that return with another victory. And Jim Goodwin's men will make the step up. Huge hug for Louis Moat, who eventually got his goal from the penalty spot. They could have had 5 or 6 tonight if he had been on top form, but he'll take it nonetheless. It was his 20th goal all told this season, and a terrific performance from all in Tangerine really, as they prepare for the trophy lift and further celebrations round Tannadice. And the club will be delighted that their request to fans to stay in their seats for the celebrations tonight have been heeded, and that really allows the players to fully take in the celebrations, get their families on the park. And we'll be back for the trophy lift, but for now it's down to Jonathan and company. The scoreline at full time at Tannadice: Dundee United 4, Partick Thistle 1.
Well, thanks to Michael Stewart and Alistair Lamont. Congratulations to Dundee United. They are champions. We knew that already, but this is what it's all about. And United fans are loving it. Too wet for a pitch invasion tonight, I think, frankly. Maybe that's played into the club's hands here. But the fans are loving it. From the stands, Jim Goodwin and David Bowman, a great United hero of the past, still in the backroom staff, embrace Louis Moat. What a player he's been this season. So many heroes in Tangerine this season. Billy Dodds and James McFadden with us. Billy, it doesn't get much better than this from a footballer's point of view, I guess, these moments.
You said at the start, go and put on a show for the fans here, and they certainly did. The intensity was there, they were right at it, they moved the ball well, they hurt Partick Thistle in wide areas because of Partick Thistle's shape a bit, yeah, and because of the change of the personnel. But you've still got to do the job, and they did it brilliantly.
It was a great job on the night as well, James. I mean, I did wonder about what sort of game we'd get tonight, given what we saw last weekend between Airdrieonians and Dundee United, but there was a real edge about United tonight. They wanted to go out in style.
Yeah, they did, and I thought that would be the case because the place is packed. Start of the game, the display, you know, the tifo all the way around the stadium, the Dundee United fans, inspires you as a player. So Dundee United as a team, as players, as a squad, have come out and put on a performance. Said at half time, I don't know how it was 1 each at half time, how it wasn't more at Dundee United's favour, but second half they maintained that intensity and they put on a show, and you can hear it in here. The place is absolutely rocking again. Looking forward to getting the reward for what has been a tough season for Dundee United. They've had to deal with a lot of pressure, and they've done that. They've put on a fantastic performance tonight. Wasn't to be for Louis Moat in terms of top goal scorer, but they gave him a right good go at it, didn't they? They were trying to lay him in every time they could. But look, these are great nights for Dundee United and well deserved.
It is a great night here at Tannadice. You can just feel it. You can feel what a big club this is and what a joyous occasion this is for these United fans. And also Jim Goodwin. It's been a real roller coaster, Billy, and as a fellow manager, you must feel for him at times. It's been difficult. He's gotten through it, and he's really got to enjoy tonight, hasn't he?
Kept his focus, so hasn't he? And he knows that there's going to be rough times throughout the season. I think it's been proven. We touched on it last week with Derek McInnes's Kilmarnock, and then Gary Bowyer's Dundee. They had the same. It wasn't all straightforward. Jim Goodwin's had the same, but I think it's all about getting over the line and then building, and that's all he had to do. He rode the rough times, and then you get nights like this where the fans are right behind you, they get right behind the team, they were at it, they could have scored more, and they sent the fans away with a really good performance to seal the deal, really.
He had such a tough time in the end at Aberdeen, James, and there have been moments this season when people have questioned him and his players, and he's kept a level head at all times, and tonight he can reap the rewards.
Yeah, he can, and look, a lot of people were surprised that he jumped straight back into Dundee United as well. And his job was to keep them in Premiership. He didn't do that, so then a lot of people were saying, well, he has to go. Dundee United as a club stood by him, and at times I've had to stand by him this season, but this is a tough league, as Billy mentioned. You know, Hearts previous to that as well, Robbie Nielsen, the stick that he got for winning the league at Acanta, this is not an easy league to get out of. Sure. And it's a league where when you're a Dundee United, a big club with a big budget and big players, people expect you to win every single game. Impossible for a league like the Championship, but we've got the job done. Jim Goodwin will be a better manager for it. The players as a squad will be together. I think there'll be changes over the summer. There has to be. But full credit to Jim Goodwin, full credit to the people that make decisions at Dundee United, and they've got their rewards tonight.
They can enjoy tonight, Billy. They can enjoy the summer, and then the challenges begin again, because of course the Dark Blues go up into the Premiership and get a top half of the table finish, and that will be what these United fans will be hoping for from their team next season.
The pressure is on them, and I think we'll let them enjoy their moment before they even think about it. But Jim Goodwin said last week, he was like, it starts now for me, there's no holiday, you might get a small holiday, but the work will still be getting done. The players can go and probably a 48-hour bender, at least, yeah. And then going on their summer holidays, enjoy it, but the manager will be right back at it after his small break.
I think these Dundee United players must be getting partied out by this stage, frankly, given the last
possible?
3 weeks. Obviously not for you, Faddy.
I don't think they partied this week when you see the performance.
No.
Last week they said they got it out the way and then they can enjoy more, but tonight they were right at it, as we said.
Yeah, they can enjoy the month of May. The trophy is there. And it's Mark Ogren, the owner of Dundee United, the American owner. It's been a turbulent time since he took over, obviously. Big financial hit in terms of the finances when they went down to the Championship, and he will be hoping that United can prosper in the top flight.
He'll be happy to get some rewards. He's put a lot of money in, and there was talk of him walking away, and suddenly he gets a wee reward, and maybe that will just entice him to stay long term.
Yeah, and United, a club with such huge potential in the top flight and perhaps in Europe. You know what? The party's about to get started. Let's cross back to match commentator Alistair Lamond.
Once again, John Urs, Jim Goodwin leads his players out as they get ready to lap up further applause from the fans who, to a man and woman and child, have stayed here to witness the trophy lift at the end of a gruelling season, turbulent at times, but they have got over the line and then some, as SPFL Chief Executive Neil Doncaster hands out the medals, and the United players relieved and delighted, no doubt, to get those medals round their necks. And Michael, just another word from you, a very much deserved medal and trophy at the end of it for the United squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the table doesn't lie. Dundee United have been the best team. They deserve to be getting the medals and the trophy here tonight. There was that wee spell where the pressure was ramped up big time. Wraith Rovers were breathing down their neck, and I'll be honest, I said at the time I wasn't sure if the mentality was there with the Dundee United players, but credit to them, because they certainly came right back with some big performances and results, and when those questions were being asked of them, they came up with the answers, and that's why they thoroughly deserve to be enjoying their end of season celebrations here.
Yeah, they finished the season with just one defeat in their last 11. That was loss at Dunfermline, 7 unbeaten after that, as David Wallaceman does indeed get his medal, and now the management team will come and collect theirs. Jim Goodwin had been talking in the week about finally getting a trophy shot with his son. He's goes back to the Scottish League Cup victory with St Mirren when he got his picture taken with his daughters, and he said his son, who's not born at that point, has been going on for years at him that he had to win something else so that he could get a picture with him. Well, no doubt he'll soon have a snap of him and his dad with the championship trophy, as these players and the owner, as Jonathan said, get some rewards for all their efforts over the course of this year. And the Tangerine Hordes prepare to party long into the night in Dundee. As the captain, Ross Docherty, finally gets his hands on the trophy. Just missed out on promotion last season, but this year he and his Dundee United teammates are champions and return to the Premiership at the first time of asking. A glory night in Dundee for these United players and fans. A wonderful season, and all the emotions come to the fore. Dundee United, champions of the Cinch Championship 23-24.
Fantastic scenes here at Tannadice under the lights as the trophy shines bright, and these United players revel in the moment with their fans. A sold-out Tannadice this evening, and their team have finished the championship season in style, onwards to the Premiership. And this party is going to get started once again, Dodsey. And I don't know about you, I mean, I know Faddy loves a party. I'm sure you love a party as well,
In my
Dodsey.
heyday, I'm a bit older now, wiser.
Who doesn't love a party?
You're right.
You still get it going now and again, John.
Now and again.
Do you know what? It's nice to see that, because there's boys out there who are experienced, who probably haven't won anything. They can enjoy it. Then they get the young and experienced ones who are just loving it, and it's new to them and they want more. So it's nice to see, and they'll have a good night.
There was a great togetherness there as well, Dodsey. It felt like Tony Watt was basically inviting all the ball boys up at one point. It seemed like up onto the
He
platform
would
there.
invite his chickens if he had a chance to go in there. I mean, you can see him, his life and soul. You can there with the camera. He wants to remember these moments. Probably, has Tony Watt won anything in his career yet? I would say no. Scored some big goals, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Barcelona, but I'll tell you what, he'll enjoy this night as much as he enjoyed that goal.
He certainly looks like he's enjoying it, and he's recording it for posterity, Faddy. I must admit, there does seem to be this great camaraderie amongst the United squad.
Yeah, there does, and I think that, you know, again, it's another testament to the manager, because he's the one that's brought in these experienced players to help with the young players. And some of the signings, Docherty in particular for me, tremendous signing last summer. But you look at the players, you look at their attitudes and how they performed tonight. You look when they've had to dig deep and bounce back from disappointments. They've shown that, you know, time and again, and there is a good spirit. You can see that. They're trying to get everybody involved in the celebrations, because it has been a real team effort. So look, it's there in abundance, and I'm sure young and old will all enjoy the party tonight, tomorrow, the next day.
You don't win anything not unless there's a team spirit. You ain't winning, I'm sorry. You start out and you get good players and they're not quite gelling and getting on with one another. You ain't winning any trophy or any title.
Yeah. You wonder, in terms of next season, James, in terms of this United squad, lots of good young players coming through, great experienced players there. Which sort of areas do you feel need to be strengthened for the Premiership? Maybe now's not exactly the time to ask those questions, but it is worth throwing forward to.
Yeah, look, I think it's tough because I spoke about the experience they have. They've got a lot of good young players. I think it's just beefing it up to give more options, you know, because it's a tough old season. You look at the players and how well they've done this season, that you have to strengthen. You're going up into a league that some of these players are involved in that dropped out of it. They're going back up there. You need to build on success. You need to bring in players to keep these players on their toes, to challenge them, to show them they're going to be ready for it. So it's just natural. It's difficult, as you say, to pick a certain area, because tonight it was a good performance and they've been the best team all season.
They certainly have. They've been hugely dominant in terms of seeing off the challenge from Raith Rovers. But the club captain, Ross Docherty, he is available now for us, and he's joined Amy Cannon.
Ross, congratulations. Finally getting your hands on that trophy. Talk us through it.
Delighted. Obviously made it hard for ourselves on the night. The night doesn't really matter, but we obviously wanted to go out in a bit of style, and I'm glad we've done that and given these fans a bit something to cheer about.
Personally, after the disappointment of last season, how does it feel getting back up to that Premiership?
Amazing. Like, obviously I don't need to say to anybody, everybody knows what happened last year for me personally. So I'm just delighted. It's been an honour to lead this team, and the boys who've played, and maybe when I've not been fit or others haven't been fit, we've done it as a squad, so I'm just buzzing.
Last week you were a sports team pundit. What's happening today?
I know, I don't know. I had a radio interview this morning. I'm coming for jobs, I think, up there. But hopefully a few more years in the legs yet. But I'm just happy to be involved.
And you've got to go enjoy this tonight. But talk us through what it means as players to be able to celebrate with the fans like this. This place has been bouncing.
Aye, it's been amazing. Like, look at the crowd tonight. It's a sellout. Obviously, Thistle had the wee bit there, but they've got friends and family here. The fans, they've been with us the whole season, so it's good to send them home happy tonight.
Right, Ross, go catch up with your teammates.
Thank you, thank you.
I must admit, I thought Ross Docherty had no chance of playing in this match when we saw him last week, Billy, but something miraculous clearly happened.
Me too. It must have been your healing hands. I don't know. The way he was speaking, I didn't think he had a chance. But then you see him. You could see. You talked about it, James. The experience tonight, just moving the ball quickly, getting them going, getting into wide areas where they could hurt Partick. He had a big part to play, and it shows you how much he was missed at times this season.
He's such a huge player for Partick Thistle last season, and he's had a frustrating season this season, James, obviously with injuries. But he was excellent tonight, and he must be looking forward so much to testing himself in the Premiership.
Yeah, because I know that obviously there was uncertainty last season with Partick Thistle and players' contracts coming up, and the fact they could have went up. But he's a player that he's been excellent in the Championship for a number of years, and for me, in my opinion, can definitely make the step up. So he should be looking forward to it, to play for such a big club as well, to be a captain. And I know, look, he's probably not played as much as he would like because of the type of person that he is. He wants to play every minute, but he's been there when it matters, and he'll be looking forward to that. He can definitely make a step up for me.
Amy Canavan is roving around the Tannadice turf, and she's managed to get a hold of Craig Sibbald.
I certainly have, Jonathan. Craig, congratulations. First off, talk us through what it means with these fans this evening.
It's brilliant. You can see they turn out in their numbers, and it's such a special club, and I think it deserves to be back in the Premiership. So it's been a hard season, but an enjoyable one, and we're just happy to get the job done.
Absolutely, it's been a fantastic season for yourself. Rounding off tonight with a goal. Talk us through that.
It was a good goal for that one, but I missed the sitter at the other end that I'm not happy about, but I'll take it. That's 5 for the season, so I'm happy.
And it's all about just the celebrations now, isn't it? How are you guys going to enjoy it even more than you already have?
I think there'll be a few beers in the changing room after this, so it'll be a good laugh, and long may it continue into the weekend.
Well, tonight, Craig, you are tonight's man of the match, and go and enjoy with your teammates.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope he enjoys those beers in the dressing room, and I'm sure there'll be a bit of champagne flowing later in the night. Craig Sibbald, he kind of feels like he's been around forever, Billy, at Falkirk. Such a skillful young player, and now just such a stalwart in the engine room of that Dundee United midfield.
Yeah, he's had a decent season, and we'll see how he fares in the Premiership. But as you say, he just wants to enjoy the moment. he said there, James and I were talking about it, we thought he was trying to square it to Louis Moult, but he actually tried to score with his right foot. He had a great finish, and then we saw his real right foot later in the game when he missed that sitter.
There's no way you're admitting that was a shot.
If you miss a sitter like that, do you deserve to win man of the match? Yeah, we'll give him it.
Oh, great scenes here at Tannadice this evening. Louis Moult with the world's biggest flag. Just unfurled it in front of the Dundee United fans as they go around the pitch. These Dundee United players just soak it all up. You just never know, Paddy, when these moments might come again as a player, I guess.
No, they won't, and as I said, the amount of pressure they've been under. Remember, a team that's coming down on a low, a massive low, but with expectation. The amount of stick that they've had this season, for them to come through it, I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Great stuff. Let's hear from some more Dundee United players this evening. Tony Watt has joined Amy.
Tony Watt certainly has joined me, Jonathan. He's actually just won a protein bar. He's that hungry. Trying to line the stomach, Tony, for tonight's celebrations.
I think I've just celebrated too much now. I feel a bit lightheaded. No, but brilliant night. And nights like this are obviously you only get one life, and these are right up there. And being able to spend it with your family is amazing.
Remember last week you were telling me that this felt like the first real trophy you were winning. It's an alright feeling, isn't it?
Brilliant, they've been brilliant, and the way they've turned up tonight, the boys on the bench after we get took off, we're seeing it's goosebumps, it's an amazing kind of atmosphere, and no, hopefully we can bring some nights like this back to Tannadice. And we've had a few, we had Alkmaar obviously, and last season didn't go to plan, I keep saying it, but no, we've had a few good ones, and Dundee United's a massive club, and hopefully we can keep delivering nights like this.
Absolutely, back up to the Premiership, but the chicken celebration had one final run out in the Championship, didn't it?
Aye, it had one more run out in the Championship, and I've hit my target. I've double figures in both goals and assists, and I'm happy.
Right, you need to go get your protein bar. Go and enjoy.
Thank you, cheers.
I hope somebody's looking after the chickens tonight. They might have to fend for themselves for the next few days.
Did you not say you were going to look after them for him?
Yeah, you know what, I could do it, no problem at all.
And his targets.
Tony can just go and party. Don't worry about the chickens, Tony. Brilliant family occasion for everybody involved here, and it's great. It is great for the families as well, because they must go through a lot of hardship with the players.
You've got to include them. You've got to get them out there, kids. Get the photographs, get them up on the walls for later years. That's what it's all about. I mean, they're enjoying it. The players, yes, will have a few drinks, but you've got to include your family. There you go. I mean, looking at that with the kids, the wife, brilliant. I mean, that's what you remember in those days. That's what you talk about with your family in years to come.
Because we always think about footballers enjoying this wonderful lifestyle, but there are hard times when you're a footballer, when things aren't going well, James, and I guess families sometimes have to get you through it.
Yeah, there's hard times for football players, and inevitably you take that out on your family at times, so they go through the bad times is probably more than what you do, so it's only right that they get to celebrate and get the reward. They walk around the pitch. I mean, the wives, the partners, they're the long-suffering ones, but the kids, they'll never forget nights like this.
It's all smiles for Louis Moult this evening. What a player he's been this season. He's joined Amy as well.
He has been some player, Jonathan. He's been some player with Tony Watt as well, who the fans have just serenaded. Not too long ago, they were serenading you, though, Louis. What does it mean doing this in front of them tonight?
I'm lost for words, I'll be honest with you. You know, we work so hard in our careers, and sometimes we don't achieve anything like this. And you know, I'm 31, I'm 32 in a couple of days, I think. So I'm delighted I've managed to win something in my career, and I'm so happy for this football club.
You're not acting like a 32-year-old tonight, though, are you?
I tell you what, I was so desperate to score, probably too desperate if I'm honest. I was just delighted I managed to get one at the end.
Talk us through that second penalty. You were absolutely making sure you weren't missing that, were you?
Yeah, I think the first one, if I'm honest, I don't think it's a pen, and I said that to the goalkeeper, so there's karma for you. So, and then second one is a pen, and thankfully goes in for me.
What is a certainty, though, is Dundee United going back up to the Premiership. On a personal level, how delighted are you to be back in the top flight?
I can't wait, I'll be honest with you. You know, people thought I was down and out, but I'm not done yet, I'll be honest with you. I'm really excited for next season.
And no doubt excited to play with this man as well, who's holding the trophy. It's been some partnership with him, hasn't it?
Yeah, me and T get on so well, on and off the park, as you see again today, linking up so well. And I think it helps, you know, we've got a great relationship, and I'm really enjoying myself here.
Well, go and get Crash's photo, on you go.
Cheers, thank you very much. Thank you. Sure.
Great stuff, Amy, with all the Dundee United players there on the turf. We've been joined in the studio by the Dundee United manager, Jim Goodwin. Jim, huge congratulations once again. You've lifted silverware at Hampden Park, but how does tonight compare?
Listen, I'm just delighted for everybody connected to the club. Obviously, last season was a huge disappointment. We knew what we had to do this year, and we knew that level of expectation was there, but I'm just so proud of the players and the staff that they were able to handle that pressure, and to bring a night like tonight, back to Dundee United, I'm just couldn't be any more pleased.
We heard you before the match talking about how last week's performance was unacceptable, and there was a real edge about your side tonight, really to try and put on a show, get these fans to go home tonight happy, and you must be just so satisfied about how it's unfolded tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, I spoke to you guys after the game last Friday, and we were all honest enough to admit that it was a really poor performance from ourselves. Take nothing away from Airdrie, they were very good on the night, but tonight we wanted to try and go out in style. I think the players deserve a lot of credit. It is easy at times like this to maybe drop the levels a little bit, but I hope everybody could see that there was a real level of professionalism. They maintained the high standards and got a lot of goals to please a lot of the fans as well, which was good.
I'll let Billy and Faddy jump in a second with a few questions for you, Jim, but I mean, just these scenes tonight, I mean, it's just a case of soaking it up and put it in the memory bank forever. Football can be so hard. These are the moments that matter so much.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't get many opportunities in this game on a professional level to win things, and it doesn't matter what level you're playing at. It's a lot of hard work that goes into being successful. And I said that to the players tonight in the dressing room, that they've earned the right to go out and express themselves tonight with no pressure, just to go out and enjoy the moment. We knew it was going to be a real party atmosphere all night. We were disappointed, obviously, to go the goal behind in the fashion that we did against the run of play, but a good reaction from the players, and just, as I said, really, really pleased for everybody connected to the club tonight. This is what football is all about, and we shouldn't take it for granted.
And Billy can finally get his question asked you that I cruelly cut you off with at the end of last week's show.
Jim will answer that, but I'm going to ask you another one. I'll ask you about the recruitment later, but how did you get through the hard times? There was a wee bit of pressure on you this season because it's not been straightforward. Like Kilmarnock a couple of seasons ago, like Dundee last year. What did you do to calm the situation, Jim?
I think we had a really difficult period at the beginning of the third quarter, maybe 3 or 4 games. You guys were there when we played Dunfermline. We were really poor on the night and deservedly lost. I do think there was probably a lot more made of that particular spell of 3 or 4 games that was probably necessary, and we just tried to stay nice and tight, nice and controlled. People talked about it being a difficult season and ups and downs, but I think when you look at the goal return, I think you look at the defensive record, and I think if you look at the overall points tally, there's not too many teams that have won the championship. I think Rangers maybe and Hearts maybe a few years back, but in the last 10-15 years there's not many teams that have finished on the points total that we have. So over the whole course of the season, did we get everything right? Absolutely we didn't. Did I make mistakes? Yes, I did, but I think over the whole piece we were the best team in the league, and I know people will say we should have been. I accept that, but you still have to go out there and get the job done.
You've got to take credit for keeping that focus as well.
Absolutely. James, what have you made of the job Jim's done?
Yeah, I just picking up on what you're saying there. Is that what makes it so difficult? Because every year we say it, the Championship's a really tough league, and especially when you're favourites, is it you having to cope with that kind of extra scrutiny when sometimes maybe it's not justified?
Well, look, I mean, there's always pressure in the job. It doesn't matter who you are as a manager, what level you're at. I think from my point of view, it's about trying to keep everybody calm. You understand there's going to be criticism that comes your way through the difficult times, but again, I repeat kind of what I said to the previous answer. Hearts, Hibs, Dundee, Kilmarnock, it wasn't easy for any of those teams to get out of this league. I think the last time Dundee United were in this league, it took 4 attempts to get out of it. So it's a difficult league. It's a really competitive league, I think, this year. I think the likes of Raith Rovers and Airdrie and Partick, even again in the playoffs, deserve a huge amount of credit. I'm so proud of the players and the staff and the way we stuck together through difficult times. And I'm just over the moon. I really am. It's been a tough 18 months at times for myself on a personal level, but I've had great support from family, from friends. Delighted that I was able to have that moment out there on the pitch with my kids, and I run the risk of wobbling a little bit here now, but you know, that's what's most important to me. My family, great support from my wife, and my mum and dad will be at home in Ireland watching this as well tonight, so I should say a big hello to them as well, and thanks for everything.
That's fantastic, Jim. Just finally, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the night and the next few days, what does your timeline look like from now on? A few days of partying, no doubt, and then a bit of rest and recuperation, and then I'm sure thoughts turn to next season.
Yeah. I mean, well, look, for me, we'll enjoy the weekend, we'll enjoy tonight, tomorrow. We've got the Player of the Year awards on Sunday in Dundee, and we'll enjoy that with some of the fans, the directors, and we'll have a really good night together. And then Billy will tell you, there's no rest for managers in this game, unfortunately, and I'm not going to give you time to throw that question at me that you did last Friday, and I'm not going to talk about that stuff tonight, but every player has played a part. The squad has really been stretched at times. A lot of hard work went in at the beginning of the season, and it's been a real collective effort from the board of directors, pleased for the chairman as well, real difficult moments for him as well. I'm delighted we've managed to get the club back into the Premier League where it belongs, I think.
Jim, we'll let you go and enjoy the night. Huge congratulations. Fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Great stuff. Jim Goodwin, deservedly enjoying the moment with his family, with his players, and let's hope the party lasts long into the night. I'm sure it will, and into the next few days. It was a big night in the Championship. Elsewhere, there was an unresolved issue, and let's get to how it finished. Up in the Highland capital, Inverness Cally Thistle were 3-1 winners against Greenock Morton. They were second bottom as it started the night. They needed to win, but they also needed Queen's Park to slip up, but the Spiders have not slipped up. They have beaten Adrionians by 2-0, which means that Inverness Cally Thistle finish second bottom of the table. They are in the playoff place, so their future in the Championship is not secure. They'll have to see off one of the League One sides. Let's just clarify matters in terms of the table. Dundee United finish on 75 points, 6 points clear of Wraith Rovers. Arbroath, of course, relegated on 23. And there we have it, Inverness Cally Thistle on 42 points. They will be in the playoff mix. What a night. Yeah, you can really see what it meant to Jim Goodwin there. Getting a little bit emotional towards the end, Billy, and completely understandable. It must take so much out of you, this.
Gets to you. You're the man, you're the main focus. When it wasn't right, the fans were starting to get up, and that's why I asked him about keeping that focus. It's so important he shows his players, and he got them back on track. And then you have to have the mentality to say, you know what, we're still going to turn this round, and my players are going to turn it round and gather them, regroup them. Not that they needed much regrouping, but he did a fine job just when times were getting a little bit tricky, just to gather them in and get them going again.
And James, important for Dundee United as a club that they do get back into the Premiership, because we all know the financial figures weren't good. The Championship is not loaded with cash, and a club like Dundee United, they need to balance the books, and Mark Ogren has invested a lot of money in this club and will want to recoup it and want this club to prosper in the Premiership and beyond, potentially.
Yeah, listen, for all those reasons, yes, I agree, but it's Dundee United. They should be up there. They should be in, challenging for top six, challenging for European spots. They're one of the biggest clubs in our country. So for that point of view, it's great to see them back, and a strong Dundee United makes the Premiership stronger. It makes our league stronger. You look at, we've spoken about the experienced players that Dundee United have, and quite rightly so, they deserve the plaudits. They've got a lot of good young players that will benefit for the experience. They having a season in the Championship. You look at Lyle Cameron this season for Dundee in the Premiership, played his season in the Championship, had his breakthrough season, got that experience, comes up, he's outstanding, voted, nominated for Young Player of the Year. There's a number of young players in this Dundee United squad that can make that step up and hopefully, go on and show everybody how good they are. So it's great for the game in general.
Another derby as well.
I was going to say that. It's a great football city, this, and a real buzz here tonight. And when we have the Dundee derbies again next season, Billy, that is going to be so good for our game.
Of course it is. I mean, you enjoy the league, you enjoy the promotion, and one of the biggest fixtures is you're playing against your rivals 4 times a season. So it's one to look forward to, and it can only enhance the league, as James said.
And it kind of feels like the end of the season in a way tonight, but of course, there's more to come, and we can't wait. It's going to be great, isn't it, James?
There is. Can I just say, I'm sad to see Arbroath dropping down. They've been great value in the Championship. It's a sad night for the Championship. I think we lose a very good team, great value for the Championship. Hopefully they'll be back one day as well.
And you're saying that without wearing the Dick Campbell bonnet as well.
I know. No bonnet, no glasses, but there'll be a big miss to the Championship.
And I'm hoping Cali stay up as well.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens. Billy Dodds, James McFadden, thank you very much indeed. Yes, it's been quite a night here at Tannadice, and the drama continues. It's been a tangerine dream, but the psychodrama of the playoffs await. We can't wait. From all of us on the Sports Scene team, good night.